Okay, are we working? Okay, there we go. I don't know what the hell that was about. Basically, what seemed to happen there was it lost all connection. Then, so I thought it ended the stream, but then it said the timer was running still. It's still saying an hour and a half and whatever. And then it was also saying I could see it still moving on my stream manager, but then I looked on my account and it said I wasn't live. So that's weird that it was still showing on Twitch and like coming through, but for some reason it wasn't broadcasting. So I just had that little rant saying, oh, I thought it was gone, but it wasn't. But it turns out it was. So that was really strange and a bit annoying, but at least I noticed it early. So yeah, I just restarted it. It's only going to be this one to be a very short stream. But that is very annoying. I don't know why it's done that. Because I've had in the past where it's cut out. But it basically said 0 kbps, like that'll when drop frames went reset to 0, my timer reset, and then it suddenly went back up to the time saying, yeah, 1 hour 37 live stream. Everything was working fine. So I really don't know what happened there. That was really odd. Really odd. Oh, Palace are losing. Of course they are. Oh, yeah, that was really strange. Well, I'm glad I noticed quickly. That could have been a lot more annoying. Glad it didn't happen during the shiny as well, but... So this is what I mean. This is dodgy Wi-Fi at home. My Wi-Fi is so much worse. Oh yeah, now that that's happened, I think the sandwich has run out as well. Well, I'm glad we got 2 shinies there. I can't complain. We'll do one more sandwich. I don't really want to go back to the Rabsco. It was kind of boring. I want to do something different. Why don't we go do Trico? Yeah, why not? Trico's over here. Yeah, that was really strange, that. Luckily, it won't do that at uni. Alright. That's where I got my Tepigs. Alright. Oh, Skarmory's a shout though as well, actually. I don't think I have the gift for it though, so... I will just double check if any of those have marks. I don't think they do. I don't remember seeing them. This one? Oh wait, I have to go into it, don't I? No. Okay, cool. That Prescott one, which was cool. But there we go. Shiny Oddish. Got caught obviously as an Oddish, and Shiny Gloom caught as a Gloom, so I'm happy with those. Now this is of course is where Cranados is found, and I will do a stream obviously hunting those sometime soon. I'm still gutted I couldn't do 6 Rampardos, and I have to do Cranados. But I will most definitely hunt for them. And I think I probably will do a 6 team still. Just a shame there, you know, I can't find wild Rampardo shinies, because that would, to me, is like heaven. Alright. Grass is sweet chili, or chili sauce. And is that honey? I think it's honey. So it's... What's olive oil? I thought it was honey. Then we need salty. And we'll go sour. And then, I missed one. Chili sauce, there we go. Alright, let's continue. So we drop the rice, put the bread on, and put the pick in. Alright. I do have a Trico one, right? I'm pretty sure I do. Where are you? There we go, Trico. Obviously this one I can't attach in each form. Starters unfortunately don't come in the wild. I don't know why they don't do that. Like, it'd just be so, like, there's nothing, I don't understand why they would hold that back. Like, there's no reason to. Same with the Rampardos, man. Like, just have it as a wild Rampardos. Oh wait, its foot is slightly out. Alright, there we go. So, we are looking for no Outbreak this time. Shiny Trico. I believe it is the only grass type up here as well, so it should be pretty easy to spot. Oh, we get Deerlings on the edges. But it is mainly Trico. So again, should be relatively easy to spot. You know, it's a lot darker green. Nothing too crazy. And it's like, do I just stand in the open area, let them spawn in, and then go to another open area? But it's hard to decide when hunting like this, because sometimes they take a while to spawn in, so you're like, oh, do I run elsewhere so that I see them spawn in, you know, late, but then I'm already moving on? I just have to react in time, or do I wait around, let them spawn in? You know, is there a better place for them to spawn, you know, particularly in the middle or whatever? So, I don't know. Because it's annoying, obviously running around like this and then just running into them as well, so... yeah, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going to keep doing this, aren't I? But once I get all three, it will be cool when I finally have a shiny Sceptile not from Go. And that is mine. Because shiny Sceptile is incredibly bold, but very, very nice shiny. I like it very much. And most people do, I think. Oh, there. Yeah, I think I'd just rather be open, just let them spawn in and have a look around, and then run elsewhere, do the same thing. Might not be as fun, but I feel like it's definitely a better way to try and spot shiny. Although, as I said, I think this will really stand out. I mean, it's like a much darker green. You know, you can see the current Trico, you know, amongst the grass, but it does kind of blend in a bit. But the dark one will be so obvious, without a doubt. And my main thought was, like, you know, if I'm running around like this, I could miss one because they blend in, but obviously the shiny will be a different colour, so I'm thinking I probably can just run around. I should be fine. You know, I don't have to look for Trico. I just have to look for shiny Trico. Because Trico I can miss going like this, but I don't think I'll miss the shiny. I mean, obviously I sort of need to see one just to definitely judge that, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I can sort of scan, because the shinies should pop out a lot. What I'll do next time I stream this, whether that be this Saturday or after Christmas or whatever, I think I'll try reset for some good outbreaks so that I can do the those outbreaks on the stream, have better shiny odds, and also make it a bit easier for myself, especially for some of these Pokemon. I mean, Trico's fine, but if you've tried hunting for any other starters at all, someone like Totodile, barely any of them spawn in. There's like 2 little patches, so you have to get an outbreak really if you want any good chance, or at least to make it a little bit easier. Trying to do it just in the wild is a nightmare. Yeah, seriously, I'm not even looking where Trico are. Okay. Nope. 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 Yeah, see that they really blend in. There's no way the dark shiny doesn't stand out. I'm just scared I'm gonna miss it because I'm running away though. It's my only thought. Now that are here though, you'd think I'd get it. Like within half an hour, you think it's likely it's gonna happen. You know, odds and probability have always been weird to me, just because like the thought of saying it's like 1 in 500 or whatever. I think it's less than that, but say it was. Or you know, if anything, or even like things that are 1 in 4,096. You know, just every time one appears, I'm like a 500-sided die rolling and it landing on that 500, or like it being all red and one side being green, and then it lands on that green side. You're like, oh, what are the chances? It's like, well, it is 1 in 500, but it just feels like it's impossible. That sort of thing. You'd have to be so lucky. But you know, when you do it many times, it's a lot more likely. It just still feels like it's very out of reach, which is why, you know, I think for the resets, obviously I've done it over odds now, you know, it's meant to be once every 4,096. But, you know, it's just a weird concept to me sometimes when I think about it too much. But again, it's mathematics for you. I do a half maths degree. It comes up a lot. Okay, what we at? 25, I reckon? 23, that's not too bad. Still got plenty of time to find at least one, which is my plan for today. I'd like to end off with at least one Trico. I'll of course take more, but at least one is the target here. So if they could be so kind. Think on like a roulette wheel, like it like spins and it's about to get to that one slot is Trico, and just how many times it lands on either side, and I don't know, it's just such a fascinating concept to me ultimately. I understand it completely and I know exactly what it means and how it works, yet every time I think about it I'm just like, nah, that just shouldn't be right, even though I know factually it is. It doesn't feel that way. We can't sort of grasp the concept of things so big. Oh, so small! But there it is! Oh my god, that was lucky! What the hell? I think I might have seen that once I went past it, but... Oh my god, yes, we got a shiny! Come on! I didn't... Wow, okay. Well, there's the one we wanted. We're talking all this probability nonsense. Come on! Okay, it's not as obvious as I thought, though. It's definitely more obvious, but it isn't as obvious as I thought. But it's still slightly hidden by the grass. I mean, it is in the shade under a tree, so maybe that's why. We'll review the clip after. Oh, yes, let's go. Shiny Trico. Now we luxury ball it. Yes, let's go. Welcome, Shiny Trico. Nice, 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 nice. Alright. Let's save there. We've still got a solid 20 minutes left as well. 21 really. Let's have a look at this clip. Oh wait, no, this clip. This is me waffling on about probability here. So I wonder if it spawned in yet, if I could have despawned it there. I don't think so. I don't think it's spawned. It's spawned in yet? Don't think so. Okay, it should have spawned in now. Still can't see it. It might not have spawned in yet. Okay, it spawned in, but yeah, God, it's obvious when like you look across and see it, but it was just hidden in the grass because I'm far away. I think once I'm closer, it's a bit more obvious. So maybe that does kind of go for sitting around. I don't know. What matters is that we got one. We got one. So I'm happy with that. That's the main takeaway here. We did get one. And it could have a mark because I ran into it. I didn't actually throw a ball at it, so. Ooh, it's 3-1 up within half an hour. What is going on? Away as well. Weird. Do. Now, see, Grovile for me is probably like. Oh, let me change the thing actually. Grovile for me is probably my favourite middle Evo of the starters, at least. I don't think its shiny looks as good. Like, it kind of makes it not look as cool as a Pokemon. But I think as far as middle Evos go, I think Grovyle is very, very good, if not the best one. I think Monferno is really cool. Ivysaur isn't bad, but just nothing special. I think Quilava is a good one. I can't even think of what Raboot looks like right now. But yeah, I think probably it is my favourite middle starter. See, what I should do is just move one of them down, but the problem with that is that then what I label as previous and first, it doesn't change automatically, and then it just gets confusing. All right, and Shiny to Stream is up to 3. Lovely. That is what I am talking about. All right, let's get back into it. But yeah, Grovyle Shiny doesn't look as good. Sceptile, I still think it definitely looks better normal. But how bold and brave and different its shiny is, it is just a good shiny. And obviously it's a very well-loved Pokemon. Sceptile is pretty awesome. I think probably the best. Like, I've slowly realised over the past few years, I think I actually prefer grass starters over fire starters. I used to... So Gen 8 was actually the first game that what's it called? I actually didn't pick a fire starter. I picked a fire starter every single gen. Which is weird because obviously Decidueye, Rowlet, like, very popular Pokemon. And, you know, I'm not saying Litten's that much better, but again, not really for me. But then I really liked the design of Grookey, and I really like Rillaboom now. And then looking back on it, I'm like, Sceptile is probably one of the coolest. Torchic is so ugly, like, I hate Torchic now. In comparison, it's my least favourite Gen 3 starter. Like, pretty much all the stages, I'd say. You know, Blaziken's okay, but I don't know. I'm not a massive fan. You know. I think ultimately, as a kid, I was like, fire's cool. Let's go. I don't know. I just always picked fire. Whereas as I've got older, I've kind of realised it's different. So for me, like, if I'm to pick a starter, like, I think that's the best way to describe it, because how I view the the first evolutions. Sorry, for the first part of the Pokemon, that's what they're called now, aren't they? You know, the first stages or the second stage, the third stage, it changes. Like, I think Squirtle. Well, actually, no, I think that the whole way along. I don't know. Yeah, if I had to, for picking still, like for the whole thing, I think I'm probably still picking Charmander. I maybe not. The thing is, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur are different because obviously they're the first ones. Also, those lines are available in so many games because they were the original starters. So, you know, the original first partner Pokemon. So everyone loves them. So they're in there like every game, almost like Pikachu and Eevee are mostly. So I think it's hard for me for them. So I'd probably still say Charizard, but I do really like the Bulbasaur line. Gen 2, I really, really like Totodile. It's really growing on me. I think Grass is weak there. But I'm still going to be picking Cyndaquil and getting Typhlosion. Because Feraligatr isn't as cool. Totodile is the best of the initial starters, though, definitely. Gen 3, as I said, Trico by a mile. I think all of them are better than all of them. Trico and Mudkip are the only ones that could maybe have a fight as to who's better of the Prevo, but the rest, you know, it's clear for me. Gen 4 is where I think it's interesting, because I think Gen 4 probably has the best starters of all time. Like, I think they're all really well designed. I really like all of them. Turtwig, Grotle, Torterra, Piplup, Primplup, Empoleon, Chimchar, Infinite, Monferno. I'd say Monferno is their best middle. The other two aren't so good, but the rest of them, like, I love Empoleon. I did Empoleon for BDSP. I always obviously picked Chimchar's young, and I think Infinite's awesome. I really like Torterra though as well. I think as a final, I think I probably would say Empoleon. I just think as a whole Pokemon, it's really awesome. But, you know, Infinite is obviously very cool as well. And Torterra, so I like all of them. It's hard for me to pick for Gen 4. But, you know, very, very strong in all departments there. Gen 5, I love Snivy. I absolutely love Snivy, but Servine and Serperior aren't so great. Oshawott, Duwott, Samurott, I've never been that bothered by in comparison to a lot of people. Whereas I love Tepig, Pigniter, and I really like Emboar. I think that's just because that's probably biased, but I do enjoy them. I'd still pick Snivy line last though, because it's just the other two aren't great. As much as I love Snivy as a Pokemon, which is why I've already got a shiny. It was the first one I did. I love Snivy. And then we've got Gen 6, so I picked Delphox, Fennekin, and Braixen. See, again, it's not as bad as I think people say, like Chespin, but it's not an amazing one. I think obviously everyone's favourite is ultimately Froakie. I think Gen 6 are particularly weak. I'm not a massive fan of really any of them. Although Greninja obviously is, you know, good design. Gen 7, again, a weird one for me. It kind of varies. I think I've actually sort of slowly grown towards Popplio more. I think as the initial 3, Popplio is the coolest. Of the final 3, I'm not that bothered. Gen 8 though, Grookey by a mile. Then Scorbunny, and then Sobbles Line. Sobbles Line's awful. Who cares about Drizzile? One of the most unforgettable Pokemon of all time. And then of course Gen 9, Sprigatito is a fantastic one. I picked Quaxley, and I'm happy I've done that. Fuecoco is good as well. I think Gen 9's also very good designs. Obviously Skeledirge. I don't like Meowscarada, but Floragato and Sprigatito are very, very cool. Quaxwell's nothing special. I love Quaquaval though. Again, that might be biased, but I think for me, it is the strongest design. Because Crocodile and Skeledirge, yeah. I think of initial starters, it's different, definitely. Initial starters, I think they're all good, but the others, it depends. Oh, thank you, Experimental DUSR. Why does everyone have names that I just definitely can't pronounce properly? But thank you for the follow, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know, I've realised that fire isn't everything. Oh, I realised that a few years ago. I don't know, I think just because I'm older, ultimately. You know, Sceptile is just, you know, a fantastic one, really. How on earth I picked Torchic, I'll never know. Why on earth I did. I'll never understand that. I mean, obviously it was pretty good. I think as well, maybe just that firefighting. I just got so used to knowing the type strengths and stuff. I think that probably helped. And fighting's all. I feel like early on, fighting's always helpful. Because obviously it's good against multiple types. Flying and Psychic, I feel like, are never early route things. I don't know, I found in a lot of games that... I remember when I did Omega Ruby, Hawlucha literally just carried me through like the entire game. I just got it relatively early. And like, everything just had... There was very, very few fights where Hawlucha couldn't do anything. And it's one of the reasons it's, you know, one of my favourite Pokemon. I think it's obviously a fantastic design, amazing shiny. But it's actually really good, I think, as well, so... Yeah, I don't know. I always found that with the fighting, so I reckon that probably influenced my decisions a little bit as well. just instead knowing that type, what the type weaknesses were, and you know, who I could, you know, not do so well against, that sort of thing. Because I had no idea for type weaknesses for years. Why on earth I never tried learning it or picking it up, I won't know. Because I said, when I say like years, I mean like I only learned it like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe not even that. Literally like the last 3 years, I reckon. When I started picking up shiny hunting. I guess because I was older and I had better memory, but I never picked it up when I was young. I never even bothered, which is crazy to me considering how much I played. But I think I was just one of those typical kids of just spam all the attacks. I just if it was a move that boosted attack or defense or whatever, it wasn't going to be in my, you know, my arsenal, my repertoire. You know, what I could showcase in a battle. I had everything attacking moves, just all different types. So I just had as much coverage as possible. And realistically, you know, the game is designed for kids, so, you know, they can get through that sort of thing. Which, you know, I did. So that's why I think they'll never have. Although this, you know, the whole thing of this DLC is definitely is harder. That's why I think they'll never do level 100 ones, because ultimately, if you are fighting level 100 Pokemon, you have to have. Realistically, you have to have level 100 Pokemon, but you have to have strategy as well. And you have to actually plan accordingly and, you know, use the right attacks. Whereas if you're a child, that's not going to be necessarily the case. You can, you know, you can get away with level 80 because you might just play it a lot and know how to level things up and go, oh, that's how it's stronger. I'm higher level than you. Which I think probably was, again, how I played a lot as a kid. So that's why I don't think they'll ever do level 100 fights. You know, even Red in Soul Silver, who was, you know, very optional, like last post-game stuff, you know, people don't even like, it's not even really like hinted to. Oh, it is slightly, but even that, like, they're what, are they all level 88, I think? I remember them being. So, you know, it's, I think, I understand why they do it, but we're never going to get to that stage, unfortunately. Which I would like, really. How long we got? 10 minutes exactly. Can we get another Trico or two? I mean, all the Tepigs I think I did in separate sandwiches, so you know, I can't complain that I've already got one, and I've had lots of other time to look and roll that dice. So yeah, see that if that was shiny, I would have had no idea. Wait, hold on. When you go into battle with it, if it has got a mark, does it show it in the battle? Okay, no it doesn't. It's only when you lock on. Because that one is small and hasn't got a mark, but it doesn't show that when I'm fighting it. I think it is the lock-on feature only. You do wonder, like, it is crazy. I think there's so many things that could easily be changed and sorted within Pokemon. If you just had a bit more of community input, effectively. Obviously, it's very difficult to do, because it's not the community, it's the whole world. You know, Pokemon is loved everywhere, but ultimately, there are so many things widely agreed across the fan base that require simple changes or little additions, and it will make these games so much better. You know, it makes me think, like, why don't they just add updates where more certain, you know, a few more Pokemon can appear, or there's some extra stuff, you know. And it's cool they're doing an epilogue. You know, I'm glad they started doing DLC. As much as it's extra paid content, it is extra content. So, yeah, paid extra content, it is extra. So you can't complain too much. You know, we're getting more of what we want. And you know, obviously they've done very well this year with last year of what they, you know, of games they've put out. So, you know, we can't all really complain too much, but you just think how many fantastic things they've done, and then how many like awful things they've done as well. I mean, the fact that we can't shiny hunt legendaries, I think is ridiculous. I don't know how they were going to do it, but that's not my job to think about. You know, static is boring. They could have done something a bit more interesting. I don't know, but I just wish it was properly possible, you know, to do it. Because who cares about all the returning legendaries if we can't shiny hunt them? I get some people won't have them because they might not have older games. It's the first time they can catch them, whatever. But one, that's not very many people in comparison to how many people that is. Isn't. And two, like that's there's no real. You get it and go, oh, okay, that was it. It's a lot more exciting in the real games when there's lore or story or something leading up to it. But when I can just catch a Zapdos in a lighthouse, I don't care. You know. I wish I thought about that more. It is silly, but as I said, there's not much we can do, unfortunately. That's how Game Freak and everything deal with all of this stuff, and it's just the way it goes. The way the cookie crumbles. I got through all my chocolate, oh my god. Or the chocolate I brought up here. It was very nice though. Lots and lots of milky bar buttons. Okay, about 5.5 minutes left. Still a chance for a second shiny in a Grovyle today. Well, as I said, right now it is looking like it is going to be the one. I wish it was more a universally shared thing, or agreed upon thing, the way I hunt shinies. Just because, like, if it was, then, they might implement being able to luxury ball in loads of different games. Obviously, it's my decision of way of doing things, it's never going to influence a game. But if the whole world agreed on it, that would be cool. It'll never happen, because as soon as someone doesn't do it, the luxury ball will go, oh, why don't we match it, or whatever. Suddenly you get a load of people interested in that, but my point is I just wish I could hunt in the forms, in their games, whatever. And in their games isn't as bad, I don't care about that as much. Obviously now, going into the future with the fact that, the games are a lot more like open world shiny sort of thing, because that is a world, agreed thing, people prefer that. That ultimately, if only we get to the stage of being able to find them in their forms, which I think from this game we can obviously say that is the case, and we like that. But whether it's perceived as a thing people like, I don't know. And I mean, yes, you can catch a wild Rampardos as a shiny in PLA, but one, it's not a luxury ball, and that is the main thing for me. 100% is the luxury ball. I love getting them in the forms, but luxury ball is way more doable across so many games, whereas the forms aren't. I would say it's only something I've really started trying to do more recently. And also, as I said, it's obviously it's in PLA, it's in the space-time distortion, so very difficult to get, let alone shiny hunt. So it is a bit silly. I'm sure people did get them shiny, but very, very hard. And, whereas in this game, it's simple. So I just wish it could have been like that, But it is nice that they're finding the wild, and the only problem is obviously as fossil Pokemon, and them being my, Rampardos being my favourite Pokemon. How many times can you do? Yeah, we have fossil Pokemon in the wild here because we have a simulated or fake environment effectively. Because I don't think they can do that very much. So it's a little bit annoying, but there's as I said, there's not really much I can do about that, and them being fossil Pokemon is the main reason, really. But you just wonder, because obviously ultimately they're going to be trying to switch up as much as they can. Well, not as much as they can, but like not keep things the same, like certain aspects. So how shiny hunting works, and having the overworld shinies, those things they'll sort of stay, but they can't do the same story every time. They do new phenomenons, they do new types of games, because otherwise it will get repetitive and you won't get as many sales, which is ultimately their driving force. So there is those point of views as well, and people won't want a terrarium for the next 5 games, maybe as an extra. I'm sure people wouldn't mind, but if that's like one big part of it, everyone be like, oh, they're just getting lazy. especially people who don't really shiny hunt them and just want to play the game, you know. So it'll be interesting to see how they go forward and what they do, because they have to come up with new ideas realistically. Which is why it doesn't surprise me that we don't have a multiplayer mode like we do the Sword and Shield DLC, and that people still play those for years to come, because it's difficult. And how on earth do you make a thing that's so replayable for shiny hunting and so fun and enjoyable that isn't just the same thing, slightly modified to fit terastallization rather than Dynamaxing, you know? Instead, it's a difficult question for them, which is why it doesn't surprise me that this is the case. But as I said, you know, there's not much we can do about that, and I think we'll just be doing a lot of Dynamax adventures in the future, really, which I sort of didn't want to do. I'd rather have had a new one, but I'll still do Dynamax adventures on stream, and I like doing them with people, so hopefully we can get back to my summer numbers, really, and get lots of people on doing them. It's the plan, anyway. That is the plan. I mean, to be honest, like, realistically, the only reason I was getting those numbers in July was because it was July. You know, a lot of people are on summer holidays or chilling out, or just less, you know, less work, effectively. So, you know, that's not really a thing that, you know, I have specific control over, I can influence more, just because more people are, you know, available, effectively. But it would be nice to get back to some decent numbers for Dynamax Adventures, because we still get all right, but some of the numbers we were doing for Dynamax Adventures where we were contesting to get different people in every time, you know, I'd love to get back to that, because I do really enjoy doing Dynamax Adventures when it's with other people, and you know, sometimes when it's on my own, I'm like, what's the point of continuing streaming? If no one's around, I might as well stop. I'd much rather do it with other people. It does get a little tedious doing it on my own, especially considering I've done it on my own for so many years. So I think there's that point of view as well. Alright, only another 15 seconds. As I said, there are no complaints from me. We did get a shiny Trico. You know, I didn't even see it, so I think it's lucky that I ended up going into it. I've got to take that, I can't take that for granted. You know, it's a shiny nonetheless, and it is one I wanted, so there we go. Cranidos started to spawn back in. Which means that we are done with the Tricos. As I said, one is definitely a good thing. You know, we didn't get anything on the Rapscurf earlier, so I absolutely cannot complain about getting a shiny Trico. Definitely not. Let's go back into that opening, so it's a bit more clear, I guess. Half of me's like, oh, maybe I'll see another shiny along the way. I'll definitely hunt Skarmory up here, because Skarmory's metallicness will definitely, its shiny will definitely look fantastic. Just know that for sure. Alright, let's have a quick look if we do have a mark on this Trico. I think it's unlikely, but you never know. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing in here. Doesn't already have it done. Alright, awesome. As I said, I think I'm happy with how we've done today. You know, we've got 3 shinies, all new, all in their forms as well, even though 2 of them, of course, were babies. You know, it's good. You know, I wasn't even expecting to stream today. I didn't wake up thinking I was going to stream. So it is nice to be doing this. It's nice to be using the Elgato. It does make a difference. It genuinely does. And I'm not even on the PC yet. So I'm really, really excited to get back to doing that. If you are watching and thinking, wow, this is a short video, that is because it did carry on from the last one. My stream just crashed halfway through, that's why. But yeah, 3 shinies today. Shiny Oddish, Shiny Gloom, Shiny Trico as well. Really, really nice. I will be back, obviously, after in the new year. Probably about a week. I mean, by the 10th, I'll definitely have streamed at least once before then. I imagine the 9th. Well, I should be back by the 9th. If I'm not back by the 9th, it'll be the 11th. But realistically, I think I will stream before then. It is probable I will potentially stream on Saturday. Maybe even stream. Just go a few days into the new year as well. But until then, I'll be a bit, you know, not so often, and until we're back into the regular schedule in the new year. I've got my PC back. I'm back at uni. Everything's such like that. But yeah, I mean that's most of it really. Thanks to everyone who joined today, everyone who came by. Thank you Piper for the bits and everyone who followed as well. As I said, I will be getting back to the schedule with the proper Elgato. I'm starting to put out some stuff on YouTube as well, which is really, really nice now that I've got much better equipment. I will definitely have to buy some more though. But yeah, for now that will be it. I will hopefully catch some of you guys soon. Thank you again for everyone for watching. My face cam will be when I go back to uni, so don't expect anytime soon. But yeah, thanks again for everyone who came out today. I really appreciate all being here. And I will see you all later. Cheers!